I'm not really very comfortable. Well, today I want to show you a quick tip about how to work with oil pastels on black paper. Actually, it's a multimedia black paper. I'll show it to you. Sorry. It's this type of Artist Loft mixed media pad. It looks like this, mixed media. It's 11 by 14, and actually it's a very good pad, and the paper is pretty much thick, and it accepts water, as far as I know, water, because I tried acrylics on it, and I also tried oil pastels, and it's even better because it accepts the turpentine really well. But there is one point that I want to focus on. Like, if you usually I start with, I'll show you how to paint a small flower, and it looks more like a cone flower, or it can be orange color or pink. And I usually start with light, really white, and okay, white, and even I would say maybe even light yellow. Okay, there is the heart here, and we have this really light yellow, probably a mixture of light yellow and white. Okay, and maybe, let's see, like brown, kind of brown center, and let's see, I'll put one here. Okay. And you know what I do? I just add lighter pink, okay, or kind of orange pink, and there is some kind of light orange red around, and so the good thing is that sennelier, what I want to talk with you about is that sennelier, I use actual, not sennelier, but I use it's called oleifera's oil pastels, which are really good. They're not very expensive, but I also use sennelier, and this is sennelier. Okay, this is sennelier. So they like sennelier and these additional oil pastels are very rich in pigment, and they the reason I'm talking about is that the black paper, if you want to paint on black paper, you need, with oil pastels, you need to apply pastels which are rich in pigment. Because if I'll show you, I have, this is Holbein, okay, and it looks like light orange, pink orange, and I'm applying it here, you see, and saturation compared to this one is very, very, it's not saturated at all. And look at this. This is Sennelier, and it's gorgeous. It's more like pink, yellow, yellow, pink. And I can apply even more pinks here. And so pinks work really here, but you need to stick to pigments, to oil pastels which have more pigment. Otherwise it's just, you know, it's just the film. You know, this is orange. You see, this is orange in Holbein, and the quality, I mean the saturation, though I'm applying it on already, you know, warm yellow, and still the saturation, it looks very, very pale and thin, and on black paper it's not. Look at this part, it's not working, you know what I'm talking about. And so another thing, I can even, let's say I'll just add more. This is also oleferous oil pastels, and they look, I just want to show you, I decided to make them orange, okay, instead of pink. You see, they're very rich in pigment, and they look very nice, very nice. I love it really a lot. And I'll just add, okay, this is Sennelier already, and I'm just adding some colors here, maybe, you know. And so this is Sennelier, and if I add Sennelier here, you see, so it's so good and so rich in pigment, and it's really great. Okay, another thing is, I'm just making this a little bit lighter because this is the sunlight. Another thing is that on black paper, if you try to use the turp, you may use the turp, but like if you're using it, you see what's happening, like the color is becoming less saturated, right? And we have this white film, so it blends colors a little bit, but I think that it's more like the turpentine is kind of removing the color. So I think that the best way is probably just to paint, to blend with your fingers a little bit, because if these are soft oil pastels, they blend really well. Because if we use the turp on the black paper, now it's not working. You see, it's like we have this kind of, you know, transparent film here, which I don't know. You may probably use it later, like if we add, you see, more color, but it's still, you see, it's not really working this way. I mean, I cannot even add any color or something, so it's just, so the color is not really saturated because we already have this film on this paper, and we can probably use it like for the shadows. This is also this oleferous oil pastels. We can probably use this this color to show them the petals in the shadow, but still, you know, I think yeah, you try to avoid using the terp on the black paper. This is what I'm talking about. So this is actually, um, you can always add more if you want more. If you want something lighter, you can always add white again and make it lighter. But make sure that with oil pastels you don't need to apply more than 2 layers. You can apply actual 3 layers of analogous colors, like let's say orange, pink, light orange, and maybe light yellow and white, for instance. And that would be enough, because if you start adding more and more, so it won't work. You can add red here, a little bit of red, and you can darken quite easily. I'll just darken, this area. But try to start with really light values in oil pastels, like maybe even white or light yellow, or if for the sky, just start with a light blue, which helps you to create this contrast you need between the lights, because with oil pastels it's hard to achieve this contrast between the lights and shadows. I mean, it's okay for the shadows if you paint on black paper. You see, I'm just applying this very dark green. Okay, it's almost like, it's more like blue, and then if I add green here to this blue, but this is not even the light. This is not the light. This is still can be, if we compare this value with this, so this is more like the shadow. And only when I apply the light yellow like this, it's sennelier, then we can say that this is light. Okay, this is the light. Okay, so this is basically it for today. I just wanted to show you what I just discovered painting on white, on black paper. And the same goes with any really dark surface for oil pastels. So the black paper will definitely look through your painting or drawing, because you just not cover it with oil pastels all over. So you need to understand that you paint some lights here, and then you paint some darks here, for instance. And okay, this is actually dry, relatively dry, so we can use, but still, yes, still it's not very nice. I mean, we still have this turpentine here, and I don't think it really works. I don't know. I feel it's like it's not really working, and it's much easier just to add layers of pastels, like maybe even some blues or something. I don't know what kind of colors you see around your flowers, or what kind of background you need to do for your oil pastels. This is already the light, like light going in the background. But what is good about oil pastels is that they can be easily blend together. But again, I think that the terp, let's see, I think that the terp is not working very well on black paper. You see, it's doing this. It's actually just it's not working. So if I remove with the cloth, let's see. Yeah, you still can probably use this space, you know, that you covered with the turp. But still be careful about it. Be careful when you blend oil pastels on dark paper. Because you may lose the intensity of colors. You may lose the initial blend that you had. Um, for instance, it was blue here. Here it was blue and we don't have it anymore. So you may lose, you may need to add more colors. And we can see that another thing, that if you paint something light on black paper, and even if you want to remove it with a cloth or something, we still have this white on the paper. You cannot remove it completely. So when you start a painting with oil pastels, you need to define the lights, or in flowers. I don't know, I'm not talking about flowers right now, maybe like the sky in a landscape prior to starting a painting. At least you need to understand, okay, this part will be the sky, then like the distant trees, the field, you know, and the lightest part is usually the sky. It should be defined prior to starting a painting. Okay, thank you for your attention and see you later.